Hello shrimp fans, and welcome back to the channel. So this week's video, as with all of them, is probably going to be a little bit different, so I do try and mix it up a bit. It's now Friday evening. I have done a little bit of video at the start of the week. I've tested the products. I'll get that into the video. I may still do some stuff tomorrow, but other than that, this video may be short if I don't get the stuff done tomorrow. And I wanted to start a little bit differently. I just wanted to sort of talk about GBee Shrimp, how it came about, why we set up GBee Shrimp, and sort of what we have to offer. And the YouTube channel is just sort of an extension of our business, really. We haven't got massive amounts of subscribers. I hope that grows. We've got products. We're starting to get noticed. But the idea of the business came about from, I'm an IT consultant, and as more of a sort of side business, but more so I wanted the ability to leave a little bit of a legacy and give my then 18-year-old son something to focus on. So the idea of the business was I wanted to set the business up to teach him all aspects of business, you know, stock control, purchasing, accounts, marketing, sales, and everything else that goes with that, including sort of maintenance on tanks and stuff. The long and short of that is he just didn't have the fire. He's not really interested. He'll help out when I need him to, but I think he just wants a job. He's not interested in sort of building a business and sort of taking over that. So the idea of GBee came around, a few of us talking. I've mentioned this in other videos, and it literally came about because we realised that there was a need in the UK, especially post-Brexit, for somewhere you could go and get shrimp products. Okay, so stuff that was difficult to find, or you know, one shop had this product, another shop had that product, and the idea of GBee Shrimp was to sort of try and bring all those products together, various different suppliers, various different brands, into sort of one format. And within doing that, what we also wanted to do was try and grow the shrimp hobby in the UK. And you know, make shrimp, especially Caridina, more open to the masses than it currently is. So there's the sort of niches of pockets of keepers and breeders. If you understand water chemistry, Caridina aren't hard to keep. You know, if you've got the water parameters right, they're not hard to keep and breed. You just need to sort of understand that water chemistry, and what I'm hoping to do over various videos and various bits of time and bits of information that we'll publish to the website is sort of make that information available. We realised that of old, people didn't like to give up secrets. They didn't like to. There was a few people that would help, but it was very, very cliquey, and it wasn't sort of open to everyone. If you weren't sort of in with a certain crew, then you just didn't get the information. And I know that Benny Tay, he's sort of all about trying to sort of spread that information and spread the hobby, and hopefully along with me in the UK we can do that, and various other people in the UK, Rob, who you've heard me mention, Daniel Siemniak, who you've heard me mention, you know, and various other people who we know keep that and want to build a bigger community. So we set the business up in August 2022, so 1st of August. We're just coming up to our first trading year. We've grown the business to the point where we've built a shrimp room, we've got stock. It's still expanding, there's still new products, but we're still at that phase where we're investing everything we make from the business back in the business and trying to sort of expand on that and spend that on marketing and better products. Well, not better products, but better facilities and stuff like that. So I'd love to be able to sell aquatic plants, which we do. We sell them on band, but I just don't have the facilities here to store those plants. So Rob, who's a friend of mine, stores those plants. We sell them, and then Rob ships them for me, or I sort the shipping out. Postman collects from Rob's, he boxes them up and stuff. So we've got some good friends in the UK who sort of help and who give a lot of their time to try and help it and grow the business. And as with always, if anyone really wants any information, the comment section is here. We do have a Facebook page called UK Shrimp Fanatics, so if you go and find that, that's a Facebook group actually. So I've got a GB page, but there's a group, and I sponsor that group, or we run that group as well, and it's all about learning for us. I'm not long in the hobby. I've been keeping aquatics for circa probably coming up to 35 years plus. I've kept discus, I've kept reef aquaria in the 90s and stuff, when they were hard to keep and there weren't things like Stenka. But I've always had aquariums probably from when I was sort of 19, 20. My father had aquariums before me. I worked in the aquarium industry for a few years. So I worked at a shop in Birmingham, I worked at a shop in Solihull, and sort of got to understand that for a good couple of years really, and sort of all that's really stuck with me. I've never really gone away from that, and it is my passion. The aquatic environment is a passion. I used to scuba dive. I loved scuba diving, but got a lung problem, as you can probably tell from my voice. Got a lung problem from that, and that sort of closed the door on the scuba diving aspect of that. So we've got a couple of options this week. If I'm brutally honest, I wasn't going to put a video out, but I did promise that I'd put a video out every week. So it's Friday. I've been in extreme pain for the last couple of days. You can probably see my eyes are a bit glazed from medication, and I may get some video tomorrow. If I don't manage to get the video tomorrow, so I'm going to piece all this together. If I don't manage to get the video tomorrow, then there is a Skype video that I've done over a period of weeks. I'd have liked that to be fully completed. It does have fish in it, but I want the plants to grow in a bit more before I release that. And if I can't get video tomorrow, or my health's not great tomorrow, I may throw that Skype section into this video. So I wasn't naive enough to know that the shrimp hobby alone wouldn't support a business. I know for a fact that that's not going to happen. Shrimp only is not going to happen. And as you've probably seen from various videos, we do aim to sort of try and sell to the scaper market as well. I'm not the sort of person that would have, I don't see an issue with plastic plants, but it's not me. I like the natural look and the scape nature and that type of thing. Never say never. So at the moment, my ethos is that apart from sort of ceramic shrimp tubes and stuff, you wouldn't buy underwater SpongeBobs from me. It's just not me. It's not the sort of thing I'd sell. I'm not really into plastic plants, and at the moment I've no plans to sell those. If we grow to the point where we end up taking on a unit, I'm probably going to have to, from a business perspective, cater to a wider market to make that work. So if we're open to the public and we've got a premises and a shop environment open to the public, then I probably, from a financial and business perspective, would probably have to look at stocking that type of product. But at the moment, I don't have the room, I don't have the facilities, and I'm not a lover of that type of thing. So on the basis of that, at the moment, you won't get me selling SpongeBob ornaments and sunken chips and plastic plants and stuff like that. Never say never. You've sort of got to go with what the market asks you to do. But at the moment, we're sticking to sort of shrimp and scape and a natural type aquarium, nature style, and variations of those, iwagumi and whatever people sort of want to do, but plant based. And on the sort of grounds of that, we stock loads of botanicals, we stock some scaping products, we stock soils. We do sell plants, but we don't sell them on the website at this point in time, although it may be a possibility once we've sort of got, I say Rob, who's a friend, he stores my plants for me. We mainly sell tropica, but not just tropica, and we tend to sell them on Band and Facebook. So if you sort of follow us on there, we can sell them on there. The reason we don't sell them on the website is because they're so fast moving. The time taken to sort of booking the stock in and putting them online and getting that type of plant set up is just too time consuming at the moment. It's easier just to put a list of what we've got onto Facebook, onto Band, So if you don't really know, Band's an app that you can get for your phone. There is a GB group on there if you find that, and if you look on our links, they're in there anyway. So links in the description. So again, if anybody wants plants, and if there's something you're after, you can always message us and ask. Facebook, Insta, and ultimately Band if you join one of the groups in Band. So with that being said, then I think I'll sort of leave the massive intro there, and I'm in lots of pain. I need to move, so I'll leave the intro there, and I'm not going to say we'll say let's get to the video, but I don't yet know what that video is going to be. So am I going to add the Skype section in there ahead of time, or am I going to manage to get enough footage of what we're doing tomorrow? So just on that, and I really need to go because my legs are killing. We do have all of the tanks in place in their final resting homes now, or where we think they'll be at this point in time, and I'm in the process of getting some shrimp organised and arranged, but I'm waiting for the tank cycles. So I'll leave it there for now. Really need to go, in agony just sitting here even for sort of a few minutes, but I'll leave it there, and let's see where the video takes us. So thanks for watching as always, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. Morning guys, so it's currently Monday morning. I know I spoke in the last video about fly and having a look at fly. So we know from the last video that this tank was zooming all over the place, and therefore has got a lot of mouths in it. I've read the instructions on fly. It says 3 to 4 drops per 40 litres of water. Do not overdose fly. So the fact that this is a 25 litre tank, I think I'm just going to test this and put in 2 drops and just see what happens really. So let's do a test for you guys then. So 1, 2, and let's let that mix up a bit and see what happens, and see if we sort of get any activity. So straight away there seems to be quite a few on the move. Haven't seen any zooming per se yet, but I suppose once that gets into the water stream and gets moved about, we may see some action, as they say. Let's have a look. Let's give them a few minutes. I might switch the camera off and come back to this. So it was a bit of a zoom response I was more interested in. I haven't seen one yet. Maybe I should have put 3 drops in, but it does say don't overdose. There's definitely a bit of activity. There are a few shrimp that are sort of on the mooch, but not to the point where they're flying all over the tank like a proper molt. It says it contains pheromones and chitin. I feed chitin anyway. So okay, I'm going to pause that there. So initial thoughts are it hasn't done anything. There might have been a couple of shrimp that sort of looked semi-active. If they do pick up, I'll cut back in and do a bit more video, but at the moment I'm not convinced. I'll say I wasn't convinced to start with, but I'm even more not convinced now. So allegedly stimulates the breeding behaviour, and it's got the pheromones that are required. But I haven't really seen any activity, not to say that I won't. Let's see how that goes anyway. I'll cut there. So still no activity. We'll keep monitoring. I've waited sort of only a couple of minutes, but what I wanted to do then to start the week, as with every other weeks, is I wanted to just sort of do a bit of a start to the week. So if we quickly look down then, so we know that these shelves are done. I've had a bit of tidy up. I've cable tied some stuff up, clipped some cable ties. I do want to try and clear this bottom shelf, and if we just go a bit lower, oops, sorry, It doesn't want to lower for some reason. So if we just go a bit lower, just want to talk about, I need to have a bit of a sweep up, which I'm planning to do, but I've got a board on the floor here. So this is one of the boards off one of the shelves, and eventually I'll sort of cut that and paint that and use that for the wheel dolly we spoke about. But the reason I've got that board is if you can see at the edge, so I don't know if I can zoom this, let's have a look. No, it won't let me zoom. But if you look at the edge, it's actually on top of a carpet. So I bought like a bit of a runner carpet off Temu, just something to sort of walk it on and catch bits of drips and stuff. But it came in the post sort of folded, and it was all wrinkly, and I've literally just put a board on it trying to straighten it out. It wasn't expensive, it was a couple of quid. If it doesn't straighten out, it's going in the bin. So plans for today then are to have a bit of a tidy up, sweep the floors, move some timber out, as you can see on the left there, get the vacuum out, have a bit of a clean up, try and tidy up the top shelf, and decide what I want to do with there. I think temporarily I am probably going to leave that 45 up there, the low boy, and I am going to move over a couple of the tanks, the one with that we've just dropped the fly in, that's got 0 activity in it at the moment, and the tangerine tiger one, just to clear that shelf really. Because what I do want to do is I want to, at the moment that's on a melamine shelf, but I want to take that melamine shelf out, put a proper shelf in there, a timber one, which I've got timber for, need to paint it, that got cut to size, and get the permanent lighting in on this rack as well. I've bought an extra couple of lights similar to the ones that we've got on the big rack, because I'm not 100% happy with the lighting over here. The bottom and the other 2 shelves I'm alright with, I suppose, but the one that's quite pink, so this one, I think I'm going to remove those completely and drop a couple of the lights in that we've used on the other racks. But I just need to screw those in. I'll probably end up buying more of those, to be honest, and doing away with the lighting on here completely. I'm unsure yet. I may do, if I'm going to build a little frame at the top where this light is. So just build a bit of a frame just to put another light in, so there's almost an above tank frame. A bit of timber, seal it nice and black, and have a light connected in there, so we've got lighting sort of floor to ceiling on these racks. But we'll see how that goes anyway. And definitely no activity, so I'm probably going to leave that there. You watch, I'll probably come in later and they're going crazy. But we'll see. My shrimp room's always messy, so still need to do something with these timbers. The black one, which was one of the older shelves, I'm going to use that and cut that to make a frame and put some wheels on that, some big casters. And the idea of the casters is this bin here. Let me just walk back a second. So this bin here is going to be my water mix bin that's going to be on wheels that I can sort of move around. What I have done is where I've got my tap there for the fill, we've also got here somewhere an airline, and that's tapped here, so we can just drop that in the mix bucket and sort of leave that running. I need to clear this bottom shelf because I've got some drawers that fit into that, and I still haven't done the left tank on the top. So tangerine tigers are over here. I did lose another one. Everything else seems to be doing fine. And then things to do, and the reason I haven't done these is at the moment we've got melamine in that shelf, and because of the weather we've had, I do have somewhere, it's not that one, there's 2 there, so I do have a couple of those timber shelves cut to that size. Need to seal one of those up, and I'm not going to change the bottom one because that's never going to have tanks on. But what I may do before we do that is I need to drain these 95% in order to do a final top up. Now are cycled and ready, but the reason I'm sort of holding fire with those is because if you look under here, that's also a melamine shelf. So the bottom one on there is melamine as well, but I'm not taking all the tanks out, but I will change the top one before I put stuff in these tanks. And then I think the plan sort of moving forward is literally just to move my pintos out. I think I'm going to put my pintos in there. So I'm quite tempted to put my pintos in there. I'm probably going to put my medium grade fancy tigers up there. And as I mentioned from the last video, I'm probably going to put my PRL over into one of these aquasolum tanks. And another thing that I've thought of doing, I'm going to change the lighting on here. I'm not 100% happy with it. And just to sort of show you what I mean by that, if I drop this light in here, so this is just temporary, but if I drop that light in here, you see what a difference that makes. You know, to both those tanks, just having a decent light on there is massively, massively different. And I think I'm going to take these little strip lights out. I might use them for another project somewhere else at a later point, but I'm definitely going to do something where I'll put some brighter lighting on there, similar to these really. And those are literally just those little strip lights, those LED strip lights. I have put them in such a way that I can clip them out and rechange them and do what I need to do with those. So from a room update perspective, there is something else actually. So from a room update perspective, so we've got our cameras in here. They're called Tapo. I've got the airlines out because I'm doing tanks and stuff. But I've also put this Tapo device here. So it is magnetic. Well, it's actually on a sticker, but there are magnets on the back of that. And what that does is I've got a Tapo hub and an app. And I'll do a bit of recording on the app actually and show you what the app does. But the Tapo hub links to that. The cameras don't need the hub, so they link without that. And that's a temperature and humidity sensor. And what I was sort of hoping to do was do something, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but do something on a temperature and humidity sensor whereby I need Tapo smart plugs for this, but whereby when the humidity gets above a certain point, kick in the dehumidifier. When the humidity or the temperature gets above or below a certain, kick in the AC or the heater. So that's what I'm trying to sort of do with there and get as much high tech as I can in here, where it looks after itself. But we'll see where we get to. I'm not sure if that's going to get done, but let's see what happens with that anyway.